Alright, now your train engine is on the track and we're ready to put your train car. And like I said, I just have a flatbed. Alright, so notice because we put the plane on the wheels, my flatbed, right, or your train car, should also have those wheels and have a plane on it. If you made new wheels for your car and didn't use the same ones, then you're going to need to go through the same process where you right click, open up the wheels that you used, and go ahead and put those on there. Alright, so open it up, and on those planes we need to go ahead and, just like on the engine, we need to get these to rotate together as well. Alright, so I'm going to constrain, angle, directed, and I'm going to pick the planes. There we go. This one, and I need that as 0 degree. And then same thing over here where I pick this one and this one. I'm going to change that to 180 so that when this one's up, this one's down. I'll apply that. And I'm going to make it just like before. When this plane is moving, we want this one to be moving at the same time. And leave that at 0. I did not like that. I wonder if I had something already on it. Let's see. Seems like I may have already had something on this wheel. Let's look at it and see. No, doesn't look like I did. Mine seems to be working okay without that extra one on there. Let me try it one more time and see. If it doesn't, I'll just continue on without it. Worked that time. Very odd. Okay, so when one moves, the other one moves the opposite, or at the same time, but one's up and one's down. Okay, good. I'm going to click Save so that whenever I go into my complete train, I put it on here, it'll be the correct way. Alright, so now this drivetrain, we have that at 0, but we need to make room for the new train car. Alright, so I'm going to right click and I'm going to edit this one so that the offset is, I think it's 6 inches long, so I need to leave room for the hitch peg. Let's go ahead and make it like 6.5. Or the hitch magnet, right? We need to make room for that. So we'll go ahead and change that so we can leave room for our train car. Alright, so let's go ahead and place our train car in there now. Okay, let's see, I called mine a flatbed assembly. Go in and get yours, whatever you called it. Click open and place it in. I gotta figure out which one's top and which one's the bottom of it now. I guess with my flatbed, it doesn't matter. It looks like it's the same. Okay. So I'll place it on just like it is. So I'm going to constrain, and I'd like to make the bottom of it to the top of the track. And just like before, I need to put this in so that it's not dragging on the bottom. So I need to offset it. I think I had this offset at 0.45 on mine. Interesting. This time it's same wheels, but it's point. That looks pretty close. Alright, that looks on. Which makes me think I probably have the thing upside down. I'm going to flip this thing over. I'm going to try it going the other direction. And see if that makes a difference. Yes, that I had it upside down. I guess that's the downside of making it just a flatbed. So I click apply, and now I need to get the side of the wheel and the inside of the track. And I think on that one I had made it 0.05. Yes, that lines up good. Click apply. Right now, I need to make a little space in here because I need to put these together. Okay, so I'm going to mate. This one. And this one. I'll flip it over like I've been doing before and just see how much space is in between these two. Let's do maybe 0.6, definitely not. 0.4, no, 0.3. Ah, that looks good. So just find what distance it is for you. It should be pretty close to what I have. All right, I'm going to click apply. Okay, so now the same thing as before. Notice these wheels aren't going to move like these wheels move for me. All right, and of course they're not moving now because I have that motion constraint on them, so they're not going to. But so these wheels aren't moving. So just like before, I had to make it flexible. All right, I've got to make the flatbed assembly flexible. So click flexible. Okay, and now it is working. Okay, so when this one is up, I want this side also to be up. So I'm going to constrain, angle, directed. I'm going to constrain this wheel and this wheel together. And I'm going to change it to 180 because I would like them to be at the same point. I'm going to click apply. Okay, so now when this one moves, this one should also move. So let's go ahead and drive that constraint that I have on the train. And we'll push play, and it should drive down the track. Interesting that it doesn't do exactly. I should have went ahead and made that a 0, so I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to change this one to 0. And I've got some error going on mine. Yours really shouldn't have that error, but it seems to still be working. I'm going to drive this constraint. And notice it's on the right one now. Okay, and I didn't have to put the motion constraint on there again. And the reason why is because the motion constraint is on this one. By connecting this plane to this plane, it should stay on the same. Okay, so that's how you get your entire train to drive down the track. And then you can add this to anything. You can drive really any constraint. Just like if I wanted to drive one of these mates, I actually could. I could drive it. It would just go straight up in the air instead, but you can kind of play with some of your other constraints on some of your other things and see what I mean. Like your stack, as this goes down the track, it could actually be going up and down or rotating if you wanted. So it's kind of interesting. Just enjoy playing with those drive constraints.